flex. The livest one in the six. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Oh, it's time to bleed. It's time to bleed this morning. We're going to speak of the facts. And we're going to keep things so simple. We're going to keep things so simple. Shout out to my brother Champside. I listened to that whole thing yesterday. I got to tell you something, man. These so-called brothers that walk amongst us, they are not that. They are not that. So let me do this roll call because I want to get to the smoke. And I'm telling you right now, this is going to go left. This is going to go left. So there's a link to Rumble at the top of both of my pages. You might want to click and just get ready to go over there because in about 30 minutes, I'm going to end the live on YouTube and I'm going to finish it on Rumble. I'm telling you right now, this is going to go left. This is going to go left because these two dudes, the Hardy Toys, I've nicknamed them the Hardy Toys. I'm sick of them already. Just like that. Just like that. It don't take these clowns long. But the Hardy Toys, the tag team champions at 140, I'm sick of them. Let's do this roll call real quick. Steve O, Columbia, Rick Blackwell, G McCall, Dow Big G, Miss Van Houten, good morning, ma'am. Chilltown, Stormy in here with everything. Anwar Willis, True Boxing Night. Trey, 88 Sports Talk, always supporting. Salute. Jalen Hudson, Robert Singleton, Felix Nunez, my brother. The Brothers UK in the building. Shout out to the UK. Shogun, Tone Brown, Kevin Dunbar, Marcus, 704. Brother Lamar, Del Riv, Dill Spoolie. Welcome down, Van Houten. Salute. Yeah, he was cooking yesterday, and the things that I heard, so enraging. That's why I ain't even bothered to call in, because I know me. I know me. Once it gets down to what I know what it is, and there's a bit of race involved, and then you got the big knuckle, hairy back chimpanzees on the phone with slurred speech. These dudes literally sound like there's something wrong with them. You can literally tell that there's something wrong with them. You can hear it. I'm not gonna say everyone. A majority of the Tank fans, there's something wrong. You can hear it. You can legitimately hear it in their voice, whether it's a speech impediment or just their overall view on life in general. There's something wrong there. You can hear it. What's going on here is so plain and simple. You cannot word salad me. You cannot play those games with me. This is so simple. And to listen to these quote unquote, I'm not even calling them black men. These were knuckle draggers on Champside's line yesterday. These were knuckle draggers. These were knuckle draggers. These were their feet looked like their hands. Those were the apes on his phone yesterday. Thank God Coach Hudson called in to bring sanity to it. There was some other brothers on there bringing sanity to the situation, but my God, Champ Side allows these goons on there so you can understand we're not making this stuff up. This is real stuff here. It's okay to root for a guy for whatever your reason is. He's from Jersey, or you want to be from Jersey, or you want to be from the DMV, or you like how he looks, or you like his tattoos, whatever your deal is. But once you escape reality, it's you. And to enable this behavior, this is some next level D-blowing. Ace Status, Miss Van Houten over there on Rumble. Tay-Tay, good morning. Mark Hairston, Shaquilla, my queen, salute. Shogun over there on Rumble. Del Alexander, Toledo Trice. Stormy's on Rumble. HMC, MXC. Yeah. Van Smoke says they don't have to fight. Well, watch this. You ain't got to be here. So we're just going to take care of that immediately. Eric Jordan in the building. Brandon Shamar. So let's get to the smoke. All right. First of all, I didn't know that they were tag team champions in I didn't know they were tag team champions in boxing. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I want you to understand something. All right, did you know? First of all, did y'all look at the rankings? Did y'all look at it? I'm going to keep it so simple. Right now, the fight to make is the guy that won the main event and the guy that won the co-main. Tanqueray T, salute. I'm going to say it again. The fight to make is the guy that won the main event and the guy that won the co-main. There. You know how simple that is? I'm going to say it one more time. The fight to make is the guy that won the main event and the guy that won the co-main. That's the fight. Do you know why? Do you know why? Ask me why. Pugilism. I'm not fucking around this morning. It's the only time I'm going to tell you. Because I'm annoyed at this. Even the Hardy Boys, and their brothers in real life, even they feuded. Brother Nero. Yes. Yeah, I watched it. It was effing hilarious. They fought. Yes. These clowns ain't even blood related. Do you know why they need to be fighting each other? You want to know why? Neither one of these goons are at 147. And Keyshawn didn't even try to jump into the rankings at 147. Did I lie just now? Listen, man, all of that going to the block where Friday was shot, all of that's cute. But when asked, the WBA responded and said, look, man, you got to get into the rankings. And even when you get into the rankings, to get consideration, you have to what? You have to wait because there's people ahead of you. That's what he was told. So never mind what he was told. He didn't even attempt to get into the rankings. What are you arguing for? You're talking about, oh, Bill been in my DMs. Bill been in my DMs. How about this, Keyshawn? Since you like putting things on blast, release the screenshots of the DMs. I dare you. I know what's in there. But I dare you. Oh, yeah, Bill in the DMs. Bill in the DMs. Bill in the... Okay, release the screenshots, bruh. I dare you. You kids like... Yo, private conversations, you think it's a flex talking about a private conversation. But if the private conversation is in your favor, release the screenshots, man. I dare you. I dare you. This dude is a walking chipped tooth. It looks all right until it gets up on you like, whoa, whoa, what's wrong with your fronts? No smoke, salute. What are we talking about? Hold on. Let me address this. Pugilism says hunt down Shakur. If Shakur has A-side diva tactics, hunt down the guy diva will never fight in B-side Keyshawn. Fighters have no excuse to not fight Shakur or Keyshawn. It's good for box. All right, let me explain something to you. Xavier, up. Let me ask you a question, Pugilism. Devin's the A-side in every direction. Why on earth does Devin have to do everything? Your thoughts on that? And I'm going to move on. Because I've been saying that for the last 2 years. Devin is the marked man. Devin got PTSD. Devin got pillow fists. Devin is chinny. Devin's made more money than all of his contemporaries. That's a fact. Devin is his own boss. That's a goddamn fact. And right now to this day, Devin got to reach out to everybody. Felix Nunez in that super chat, he says Keyshawn has made like 5 skits on the IG. Good promo, but you ain't doing nothing. That's the kid in first period saying, I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to beat you up. All right. Lunchtime. I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to beat you up. All right. 8th period, he stopped talking. And now I'm looking like, yeah, okay. I'm going to see if you're going to keep your word. You said you're going to beat me up from 8 in the morning, and now it's 1:45. Now I want to see what you're going to do. That bell ring, he takes off running. What does that mean? You done told the teachers you're going to beat me up. You told my friends you're going to beat me up. You told your friends you're going to beat me up. It's 8th period. I'm with the shits. I'm zoned in. School let out, bell ring, you run. Like I thought. Because they say everything but fight. Devin's not the A-side turkey in the game, homie. Oh, wow. So you remember they told Devin to call Al? Great. Why hasn't Keyshawn called turkey?
What?
Uh-oh. Why hasn't Jay Prince called Dev or turkey?
What? Go!
Exercise your right to remain silent. I'm not going back and forth with you, homie. Exercise your right to remain silent. There are no tag team champions in boxing. If these clowns ain't going to 47, they need to fight each other. Goddamn, there ain't no A-side or B-side. Because it doesn't exist. These dudes aren't doing anything. They're not doing anything. Devin has to do everything. When someone mentioned Devin's name, automatically by the day's end, it's, oh, well, Devin's ducking. Devin's ducking. You remember when the narrative was Turkey made Devin fight Brian Norman. You remember that? Oh, Turkey don't want no more boring fights. He said Tom and Jerry. He was talking about Devin. He was talking about Devin. So he, because it's always a nigga talking that nonsense. It's always someone black. It's never someone white. It's always someone black. It's always a darkie. So the darkie says, oh, well, he's trying to duck Brian Norman. I'm like, how? He's on the list. Everybody said no. Tank, Shakur, dumbass Rolly. And they said, nah, we ain't ducking him. He was just next. He said that. He was just next. And he fought him, and look how the fight ended up. Pugilism says Turkey enjoys having Shakur sell out versus TO2. Haney was on the undercard of Benavidez. Let me address this because now you're revealing yourself as a hater. Pugilism. Now, I've been very polite to you over the last few days, and I want y'all to pay attention to this. I've been very polite to this dude. Now, let me educate you. Look up who was the highest paid on the Haney and Benavidez card. Look it up and then come back and give me the correct numbers. Don't type nothing else. Don't type anything else. Who was the highest paid on that card? Devin also fought on the undercard when Rolly knocked the shit out of Ryan. Right? Look up who was the highest paid on that card too while we're at it. Go on. Come back and type the numbers. Don't type nothing else. Type the numbers. Go ahead. Copper, salute. Rashad, salute. Scorpio, what up? Do your homework because you're typing a lot. Don't type anything else, but who was the highest paid? Put in the numbers. On the undercard of the Benavidez, Anthony Yard, Devin was the co-main. Actually, they said it was two, when he fought on the Fatal Fury, they said it was two main events, not the co-main, but you cats don't listen. So let's roll with the co-main. Who's stupid, Benavidez or Devin? Benavidez didn't say, hey, man, I'm fighting on the main event. You know, why am I not? Okay, but you do the homework. Pugilism, do the homework. Put the numbers in my chat since you like typing. Look up who was the highest paid on those cards and then get back to me. That's what you do. I didn't know there were tag team champions in boxing. We were told that the winner of Teofimo Lopez and Shakur was going to call out Devin. I asked Teofimo, was this your play the whole time? To fight Shakur, spin the block, and go get Devin. He told me, it has motion now, does it? I said, I don't know. You tell me. He said, well, it has motion, though, does it? I said, I don't know. You tell me. And you can look him in the eyes and see his wheels turning. And I had my other phone on me because as soon as he said yes, motion, I think it had more motion for Undisputed at 35. But didn't you say in 2018 that Devin was never going to get a shot? And you was going the business route? Didn't you say that? In the moment he told me no, I was going to play the audio because I had it queued up. I'd have said, hey, brother, this is you? No, I'm sorry, I had the video. I'd have said, brother, this you? You said this. Because I'm thinking you never wanted to fight Devin. So if you beat Shakur, I don't trust you to call out Devin. Are you going to call out Devin? Can I keep you at your word? Because he's going to say yes there. So if you don't call out Devin, what am I supposed to think? Because I don't think you are based off of what you did since 2018. And that's fair. I have reasonable cause to believe that you never wanted to fight Devin. But you keep his dick in your mouth, though. And when they saw that build-up, they shut the interview down. Now, pugilism, put the damn numbers. Time pugilism out for the rest of the show. You don't listen. You know why? Because you're wrong and you're strong. We're men. We don't play like that over here. You said this. Turkey enjoys having Shakur sell out versus Tio. Haney was on the undercard to Benavidez as if that's a flex. I'm telling you, although Haney wasn't the last fight, he was the highest paid. I specifically asked you to put in who made the most on those cards. The Fatal Fury card and the last card when he fought Brian Norman. Because it don't matter when you're the highest paid. I asked you to get the numbers, and I said don't type anything else unless you tighten the numbers. And you'd rather be wrong and strong. So since you can't follow directions, since you're acting like a child, you're getting timed out. See you tomorrow. And I'm still extending you courtesy. Because more and more you reveal yourself to being a hater. What I asked you was not unreasonable. You made a statement, and I'm willing to engage with you. It don't matter. I don't care if Devin Haney was an opening fight. The business says he's the A side. You know why? Because Turkey treats him that. Turkey recognizes his star power. Turkey said it's hard getting him a fight. Not because of Devin ducking. It's because of everyone on that list not wanting to fight. There's no excuse for that. And that's why I give Brian Norman so much credit, because he's the only one that stepped up to the plate. That man is not out loud about it. He took his loss like a man. And just yesterday, I see him hitting pads with Ronnie Shields. That boy focused. That boy focused. Don't talk to me about no Brian Norman Jr. That boy focused. And now I'm in a position where, you know what? Anybody from 140, 135, don't say Devin's name. If you're going to 47 to get with the dream, you got to go through Brian Norman. How about that? Brian Norman Jr. is the second best welterweight in the world. Don't even say Devin's name. Y'all not fighting. Y'all not fighting. Go up and fight Brian Norman. That's what you do. I'm tired of this. These two idiots are supposed to be fighting each other. Now, I didn't say it for like 3 weeks because I wanted to see what they were going to do. And what did they do? Nothing. We were told that Shakur was going, being that he won, I'm sitting there waiting for him to call out. Them motherfuckers like, oh, well, Devin, well, DHP got banned from the building. So what? Keyshawn said his name. Why can't Shakur? So whether Devin was in the building or not, coach in the building, salute. Whether Devin was in the building or not, he was supposed to say his name. Keyshawn said it. Right? Keyshawn said it. I said, oh, okay. So they need to be flipping the coin. So Keyshawn calls him out. I said, all right, that's cute. I like that fight. Did I get on here and start hating? Did I get on here and start saying, oh, no, Devin going to smoke him? No. You know what I said? I like it. Let's see what happens. Did I drag Keyshawn? No. I want to see what's going to happen. We don't want to talk about how he didn't have to fight Jermaine Ortiz, though, right? This nigga want to talk about DMs, right? He didn't have to fight Jermaine Ortiz. You know that, right? Do you know that he did not have to fight Jermaine Ortiz? He could have fought Devin that night. You do know that, right? After squad, right? I don't understand the lore of this kid, Keyshawn. Let me cook on Keyshawn for a minute. When I met him, I told him, I said, I need you to be successful. You know what he said to me? Yes, sir. I said, I don't need you and your brothers outside giving these white folks something negative to talk about us about. You understand that? He said, I know, sir. Then I turned my camera on. Because y'all ain't need to hear me give him a pep talk. You know why? Because I know he never had one. Because he ain't got no dad. We don't need that. We don't need that. A father, we don't know what that is. You needed a father to tell you that. Because what I said to him, I said out of love. And you know what pissed me off? You know what pissed me off? I'll tell you. What pissed me off was when I turned my camera on and I asked him about the Richardson-Hitchens fight. And his response to me was, I don't be online like that. I don't even know. I don't be online like that. I don't even know. I don't know. And I'm like, well, the word was y'all was supposed to be in the co-main event on this. And his response to me was, I don't be online like that. I don't know. Well, if you're not online like that, I'm sure your manager, your promoter, somebody know. I said, oh, okay, well, respect to you. And I walked off. When I walked off, I noticed Richardson-Hitchens showed up. I said, there he go, right there. So my man Joe was interviewing him. So then I'm standing there. I said, I really don't have nothing to ask him. Because other than the same question I asked Keyshawn, but if Keyshawn don't know, then he don't know. And I really ain't want to talk to Richardson-Hitchens. To put it bluntly, I don't trust that kid for anything. Because he's a liar. Literally, 5 minutes later, Keyshawn comes back and they start talking. I put my camera back up and everyone starts asking the same question I'm asking. He looks at me and says, yo, chill. I'm like, yo, I just asked this nigga. Eddie Hearn comes back over and starts talking about it. And he says exactly what I said. There was talk about this being the co-main, but Richardson is looking kind of big. And I'm like, yo, I said that this was, wow. So the young man did know. Now, why he had to lie to me, man? Why he lied to me? It was no secret. Everyone was talking about it. Why you gotta lie, man? And they stood there and they have some sort of freak fest in front of each other. It was 15 minutes of garbage, but I clipped it up and I put it up on my channel, and I'm like, yo, bro, they ain't fighting, bro. It was a glorified stare down, and who's in the middle refereeing the whole thing? The short little white guy. You show him the respect, but the people that show you much love and respect, you don't respect them enough to tell them the truth. And it's the first time I'm saying it to this degree to y'all on my channel right now. I don't respect that, bro. You don't have to lie to me. Straight to my face. Tiafimo lied straight to my face. Keyshawn the same day lied straight to my face. I didn't talk to Richardson-Hitchens. I didn't really care to. Like Stormy says, all of these kids are same DNA. Same DNA. The same DNA. They lack integrity. And I'm telling you right now, 100% it always catches up to them. Always. Always. Copper, salute, brother. S. Walker. Ray Son, salute. If I missed you in the chat, know that I love you. And all I know, fast forward to the event, it was a great event. Shakur styled on Tiafimo. Thank you for that. But we were told the winner was supposed to call out Devin. Who do we get? Conor Ben. Then he's talking about catch weights all day long. Catch weights? Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. If you're requiring catch weights all day long, wouldn't that make you the weight bully? And why would you be asking for a catch weight? This is where the A side, K-Rod salute, this is where the A side, B side things come in at. Why do you require a catch weight with Devin Haney? Didn't this little motherfucker say, well, he's not so little. I've stood next to him. He's little to me, but he ain't no bigger or smaller than his contemporaries. But isn't he quoted saying, weight don't matter if you have a skill set? Didn't he say that? And I said, okay, with his style, yeah, I believe that. I never questioned it. I never questioned it. You need to catch weight with Conor Ben. You want to catch weight with Devin. And this is where the A side, B side comes in at. If these dudes at bigger weight classes be like, nah, why should I drain to you? Shakur's fans are going to say they're ducking. No, dude, go up to the full 147, man. Miguel Cotto was a WBO champion at welterweight. Being that he was a top-ranked fighter, Bob Arum made him fight Manny Pacquiao based off of the conditions, Chris Legg slew, based off of the conditions that he came in on fight night at 145 pounds. What's wrong with that picture? Miguel Cotto conceded to that because he was the B side. And he was also on the top rank. And he got stopped in that fight because he wasn't healthy. Because we all know at those lower weight classes, weight is a science. It's a science. Okay? So in short, Miguel Cotto was drained. You know how I know Manny ain't want that smoke with Cotto properly rehydrated? Because about a year later, I forgot, it might have been a little more than a year, I forget, but Miguel gets a belt at 54. Manny, while trying to duck Floyd Mayweather, reaches out to Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto says, I will fight you again, but you got to come up to 54. I'm not draining myself again. And we got no fight because Miguel Cotto would have whooped his ass. Don't ever in your life tell me that weight doesn't matter. Don't ever in your life. It absolutely matters. It absolutely matters, which is why Shakur's trying to play that game. But he has it turns out he has a rabid-ass fan base foaming at the mouth. Y'all don't care. Blade Brown and that super chat, salute, brother. Much love and appreciation. Thank you. He has a rabid fan base and they don't care. Now, Xavier, I always said, once Miguel Cotto retires, you march him to the Hall of Fame. Look at his resume. Look at the names. And he ain't win all those fights, but look at the names on that resume. And he was thorough. Miguel Cotto was a dog. Salute to Miguel. And he has 2 losses on his resume that shouldn't be there. By the time he got to Floyd Mayweather, he should have been undefeated. Antonio Margarito and Manny Pacquiao. He was cheated in one fight and drained in the other one. And nobody talks about it. I talk about it all the time. By the time he got to Floyd, he should have been undefeated. If you want to see a masterclass boxing match, watch Miguel Cotto and Canelo Alvarez. They gave it to Canelo, but that was a chess match. I enjoyed that fight. I really did. You saw them thinking. Crazy stuff. I watched the sport. The rest of these clowns watch their fighters. The reason why we fuck with Devin heavy is because of that list. He does things like that. He wants to smoke. And then when you talk to people on the list, they're the ones erecting all of these obstacles. There's no excuse for this. Shakur said, I don't plan on going to welterweight anytime soon. He said it recently. I put it up on my community page. He said it recently. I'm like, what? He said this after the Teofimo Lopez fight, when we were told that the winner was calling out Devin. That's why they brought Devin in. And he calls out a welterweight. Who does he call? Conor Ben. And nobody has anything to say? Bro, I don't say anything right away. I want to check the landscape. We were told, BVO, salute. We were told the winner was calling out Devin, and what happened? We got Conor Ben with blonde hair in the ring. That's what happened. That's what happened. And they got Keyshawn's fatherless ass running around doing skits all over the place. He on Kick. Do you want to be a boxer or a streamer? What are you doing? Look, man, the Friday shit was funny, but it'd have held more weight if you followed through and trying to get into the WBO rankings. Because you know what happens? I'm sorry, it was a WBA rankings. I'm sorry. No, wait, hold on. Make sure I'm right. Is it the BO or I think it's the BA, right? I want to be accurate. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. He was told, because a fan asked that guy, what's his name? Forget his name. The WBA. What's up with Keyshawn, da-da-da-da-da? And his response was, he knows what he has to, thank you, WBO. Thank you, Sam Mack. He knows what he has to do. He has to petition to get into the rankings. Then he'll be considered. And there's still people ahead of him. That's what he said. Michael Fleming on Rumble. Telling y'all right now, this is about to go left. There's a link on both my pages at the top that will take you straight to Rumble. I'm telling you right now, IROC salute. Go to Rumble. Because I'm biting my tongue. I'm only going to do it for another 5 minutes. Mo Boxing, salute, bruv. Shout out to the UK. I'm biting my tongue. Click the Rumble link. It costs you nothing. But I got to take the gloves off on this. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Click the link. It's pinned. Go to Rumble. I'm going to end it on YouTube in about 5 minutes. But it will continue on Rumble. I'm just letting y'all know now. This dude didn't even petition to get into the goddamn rankings in the WBO. And when I read that, you know what I said? I said, oh no. Oh no. Not you, Keyshawn. Not you pump faking, Keyshawn. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Not you, Keyshawn. I like you, kid. You have a high skill set. Come on, kid. And then I'm dialing it back. I've given Keyshawn a lot of courtesy, have I not? I've extended a lot of courtesy to Keyshawn. You know, and I wondered, I said, you know, when Ryan was going through that, well, when Devin was going through that thing with Ryan, Keyshawn was celebrating a little too much, wasn't he? And I said, what's with that? Then I see him, I see Active Squad, Shakur, Boricua Shakur, and Keyshawn on a stream on Instagram with Ryan. And I'm like, what is this? What are these Negroes doing? Wait a minute. A year and some change later, this dude's doing an interview saying, yo, I really don't like Devin. Because when Big Bro introduced me to him, he was kind of like dismissive. Oh, he sunned you. So I said, oh my God. That's what this is? Right. You walking around with that hate in your blood, Keyshawn, and you can't seem to get right. What I tell y'all about these dudes not counting their blessings? What I tell y'all about that? What I tell y'all about that? God tried to tell you, he gave you a warning shot. You're not listening. That's fine. But they say everything but fight, right? You knew what you had to do. So since these dudes are not going to 147, since Shakur said I'm not going to welterweight anytime soon, he said that. It's in writing, it's in audio. He said that. Since both of these idiots are hanging around at 140, why are they not fighting? Exactly, Harvey. He's mad because Devin ain't paying him no attention. That's how you know he has abandonment issues. That's a lack of a father type thing. You see, Fernando Vargas was mad at Oscar De La Hoya because he said De La Hoya snubbed him when he was a kid. He said he snubbed him. And he held on to that until they actually fought. And Oscar beat him up and stopped him. And then insult to injury, he popped 30. But you know why he lost that fight? He lost that fight with Oscar? Because he went in there emotional and angry. Keyshawn's a very emotional dude. And y'all like how he looks when he's fighting in the ring. But what happens when he gets clipped and get punched in his face? How's he going to react? That's when you're going to see the real Keyshawn. We already know what men like Devin does. We already know what men like Brian Norman does. We already know or knew what happens when Floyd Mayweather gets hurt. He says, how dare you? I'm going to start fighting your ass now. Floyd Mayweather was a dog in the ring. I'm not talking about nothing else but ring performance. He was a dog. I can't say that about these two because we don't know what's going to happen. So since both their dumbasses at 140, my question to y'all is, why they're not fighting? Why? They're brothers? Let me ask you a question. They formed the United Front. You'll never get undisputed at 140 because both these guys are brothers. Somebody got to move up. And when they move up, who's going to be there? Devin. So if they move up, you active squad goons, because y'all are goons now. Y'all are no different than Tank fans. At this point, as of this morning, I heard what I had to hear. I heard everything I needed to hear. So with that being said, why are they not fighting? The Hardy Toys, the Fag Team champions at 140. That's a unification right there. I'd pay to see it because both of these kids could fight, but they're not gonna. But it's starting to make sense. They're not fighting. They're pro-Ryan. It's right in front of us. I've extended these kids way too much courtesy. I'm done. They got to do something. With that being said, if you're just pulling up, click the link. Chance one says Charlie Brothers ain't fight. One was at 160, the other one was at 54. Plus, I'll extend them more courtesy because they're actually twins and they're blood related. These two teeny boppers, the Hardy Toys, they're not blood related. And if you throw enough money at Keyshawn's way, he'll fight Shakur. What happens when Turkey gets involved in this and says, hey man, you guys fighting, that's a lot of money. I got 20 mil for both of you. I bet you Keyshawn will say yes and Shakur say no, and that'll be the beginning of the end. Right? We'll see if they're brothers then. But like I said, click the link at the top on both my channels. It's a link directly to Rumble. Cost you nothing. Because I got to say what I got to say, and I can't say it on YouTube. So we shutting down YouTube right now. And we continuing this on Rumble. It's one of those mornings. Hold on. We shutting it down. Go to Rumble now. Right now.